Hello and welcome to episode 2 of our Travel Cuba series. We are still talking about the Memories Beach Resort in this episode, but this episode is particularly about the beach.
How about the Black Beach?
The what? The Black Sea?
Yeah, Black Beach.
It's like Black Sea in June. You heard me compare the weather and temperature of the water to the Black Sea. Eventually we will have the Black Sea on this channel. I'm not sure if we are going to use an old video that I'm going to upload here if I get to it, or possibly when COVID is all under control, we'll go visit there and we'll have a new video too. And when I say Black Sea, I mean the Bulgarian coast of Black Sea. So this is our first day in Varadero. It's February 2nd, 2020. And as I already mentioned in episode 1, the weather was great. It was only about 20 degrees, very windy. As you can see, there were lots of waves in the ocean or in the Caribbean Sea. At our resort, the flag was red, which is why we didn't stay in. We were not allowed to swim, so we went to the pool. Later on during the day after the pool, I decided that we were going to walk around the beach. This is a really long beach, runs along the whole peninsula. It's about 20 kilometers long. So we found a place where the waves weren't so big, the flag was yellow. Of course, this wasn't our resort. I went in the water. I still felt like there was way too much of a current, so I didn't really go swimming. But I really enjoyed the warm water, which is about 25 degrees compared to the temperature of the air. It felt really warm, and it was very enjoyable to go in the water. And here's something about living and working in a communist country. So 3 workers were working at this site, and for the entire 7 days of our stay, they managed to put up 12 tiles. So Varadero is located on the Icacos Peninsula, which is 1.2 kilometers at its widest point. However, it is over 20 kilometers long, and on one entire side it's beach all the way. Now, with that being said, it is not all the same along all the way. As you could see earlier, some areas may see more waves, more windy weather. Some other areas may not have as much sand and more like dead corals and stuff. So you need to figure out when booking a resort which part of the beach they're on. For the most part, this is an awesome beach. So most of the resorts there would have an awesome beach. In 2019, TripAdvisor ranked Varadero Beach 2nd in the world, only behind Baía do Sancho in Brazil. So you can see beautiful white sands and the amazing blue waters of the Caribbean Sea. On our second day, we walked a little longer on the beach. And this is how I know that some part of this beach are not as great. There's something that I didn't know before going there, and I'm glad that we were lucky with the resort we chose. They had a great beachfront, but as you can see here, there's a lot of that corals in front of some of the resorts. Now there was only a few places where we saw this, and the sandy area of the beach was really like narrow. So at one of the resorts only had one row of beach chairs and umbrellas. It is still beautiful, but if you were expecting to go to the second best beach in the world, you would be a little bit disappointed. Now, I'm not sure what's the name of this resort here. Like, they had a walkway towards the beach which wasn't finished or was broken. Then you have all those dead corals here. And as far as I can see, this resort didn't even have any beach chairs or umbrellas. And I'm not even sure if the resort was open. Maybe it was under renovation or something. And with the corals, you wouldn't want to go bare feet in the water. It will definitely cut your feet. Maybe you can go in with shoes, but I would much rather be here on a much nicer part of the beach. And still, this part I'm not really sure if I like, because this is more windier even than where our resort was. You can see how the waves had eaten a little bit of the sand. But when you keep walking towards our resort, you will see that the sand evens out. It's not so much eaten by the waves. Here I'm going to mention the Diamond Club again. This costs extra, but it gives you different priorities or extra things. One of the things is leaving a little bit later or having to check out a little bit later. But in regards to the beach, Diamond Club has a separate section on the beach, and you're pretty much guaranteed to have beach chairs and umbrella there, versus the normal portion of the beach gets really crowded, non-Diamond Club, and you might end up going there, and if you go like 10, 11 o'clock, a little bit later in the day, you might end up having not finding available beach chairs or even umbrella, although there are more umbrellas. Only one of the days in the Diamond Club we couldn't find beach chairs, but as soon as we set our beach towels on the sand, somebody brought us beach chairs. We have to tip him, but still there were beach chairs for us. And on the second day, the sea was much calmer, and the third, fourth, it was really calm and nice. Temperatures went up to 26, 27 degrees some of the days. Most of the time we're around 25. So we had beautiful weather for the most part. The last day was a little bit cloudy again, although it was still warm. It was about 24, but cloudy and windy. So in February in Cuba or in Varadero, the weather will not be really hot. You might have even like some cool days, but for the most part it should be warm but not hot. And the temperature of the water generally around this time of the year is about 25 degrees, so you would really enjoy it. And of course, Elmo made the trip as well. Since I snorkeled a little bit in the Philippines, kind of got a taste for it, I wanted to snorkel in Cuba as well. So I saw a few people snorkeling on the beach. I didn't think there was much to see there, but decided to go snorkeling one of the days. And again, there wasn't much. There isn't really much to see underwater there. There was only one fish and just a little bit of seaweeds. We did set up a day trip on one of the days, which was called Jeep Safari, and that included snorkeling at Coral Beach. That will feature in a future episode on our channel in the Travel Cuba series. So this is an all-inclusive resort. So all the food and everything is free. There is a bar on the beach, and you can see me here having a pina colada and smoking a cigar. Now the cigar I had to buy from the store near the lobby. Well, I bought plenty of cigars from there, not just this one. But yeah, you can smoke on the beach, you can bring your cigar. I don't smoke cigarettes, I just smoke cigars every once in a while, and I really enjoy smoking a cigar on the beach. Yes, the drinks are included, so you just walk to the bar and get any drink. I'm not really into drinking alcohol during the day, but unfortunately they didn't offer any coffee. So for the most part, I was just getting Coke. You can see the Coke under my hand there. But that day, I decided to have a cigar and have a pina colada. And yes, you are expected to tip every time you get a drink. So it's not like really free, but it is free. You just can give them a buck or something. And Elmo couldn't resist on the pina colada and the cigar either. You can see here how calm the sea got at some point.
That music here. windy. Look at the
My
wind.
wife doesn't like the sun, so she's hiding from it all the time. But this year is our last day. It got
Sasha's
windy
silver.
again, but it was not as windy as the first day. Flag wasn't red, so we could still swim. And it wasn't as cold again. It was like 4 degrees. On our first day, it was only 20.
Sasha is the water. Sasha is the water.
And I'm Sasha. Or Alex. Even on a cloudy day, my wife is under the umbrella. There is a buffet style restaurant near the beach. It's very convenient to have your lunch while on the beach. You can leave your beach towels so you don't lose the beach chairs and the umbrella. You have your lunch and come back to the beach. You don't actually have to leave the beach for your lunch. It does get deep very quickly. As soon as you get in the water, it gets like above the waist. And my wife can't swim, so she was a little bit afraid to go in the water. A like and subscribe would be very much appreciated. Please don't forget the notification button, it will notify you when we upload awesome videos like this one. This here behind my wife is the bar. This is where you get your drinks from. Behind the bar and behind the sand dunes is the restaurant where you can have your lunch buffet style. With this, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you very much for spending the time, and I hope I'll see you in our next episode. Goodbye.